Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Red Cartel Predictions Podcast. We've been away for a couple of weeks. We have, in the background, been continuing to do our Premier League predictions. And so that everybody can sort of have a little bit of a giggle at us as well, you'll realise that we definitely haven't cheated because we are actually crap. And if these week's predictions are anything to go on, especially mine, we're crap. But
Yeah.
I'm here with my good friend Will Johnson, the man, the boss man, and we're going to go through a few of our
Big man.
predictions. The big man. He's going to go through predictions for this weekend's matches. You'll be able to see all of our previous predictions and the current league table, which boss has moved into the lead. There's a 2-point gap. It's big, and so this week we've got probably really one big game, I'd say, but that's the maybe Man City Newcastle game, maybe United Tottenham. I don't know if you can count that as a big game anymore.
I was thinking you were saying Man U Tottenham, and that was the state of play this week. It's quite poor, boss. But yeah, Newcastle Man City, I guess.
Top
The
of the
battle of the oil.
top four, like United Tottenham's like 6th to 10th.
Yeah, that is true.
Bait, isn't it? Right. So first match, Newcastle City. I've gone 3-1 Newcastle. What do you think, boss?
I've gone for a 1-1 draw. So I think City without Rodri and De Bruyne could struggle in midfield. Newcastle very good at home, but they never beat City. So I've gone 1-0. 1-0, sorry, 1-0.
Anthony Gordon hat-trick, mate. Easy.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping.
Yeah. So next game, big game for your boys. Arsenal v Leicester. I've gone 5-0 Arsenal. What's about yourself?
I've gone 4-0 Arsenal, hoping that we open up those taps and start banging some goals in and get rid of the Mourinho tag that some of the pundits like to put on us.
I probably should have gone 5-1, actually, because now I'm thinking about it. Jamie Vardy literally always scores against you.
Yeah, he's a shithouser. Yeah. Are you going to go 5-1?
No, 5-0. I'm staying. Vardy can stay away. Right, so next one is Brentford versus West Ham. I laugh because of my prediction and how bad West Ham are doing. I've gone 2-2 here. What about yourself, boss?
I've gone for a Brentford win, mate. 2-1. They've got a very good record against West Ham. West Ham shipping goals. And after you predicted them, obviously I thought, oh yeah, that's a good prediction, boss. But I've also found out that West Ham have only won 5 times in 2024. That's the lowest out of any Premier League side. Well, any current Premier League side. So
it's almost like I got, I don't know, had 65 pints and then decided to try and make some sort of like crazy madcap prediction on West Ham of all clubs.
I know, mate. You're not wrong. Like I remember when West Ham moved into their London Stadium, and I put a bet on that they would get Champions League in the next 3 seasons. So I was, they must be. They'll get bought. They've got a massive stadium. They're going to go. But no, it's West Ham, mate. So.
And they just finished in the bottom half of the table probably all 3 of those seasons. In fact,
probably got relegated in one of them, I would say, yeah.
Right, anyway, next is Chelsea-Brighton. I've gone 3-1 Chelsea. They've turned the corner a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I've gone 2-1 Chelsea. Annoyingly, they're starting to seem like they've got something about them, although they've been playing poor sides for the last, since Man City, really. They haven't played anyone that's
played no one
likely to finish in the top 10, I don't think. But yeah, 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, I think it would be like tight. I just don't think that. I think Brighton are destined, at least to fall a little bit off of a cliff. Like they're doing a bit well.
And since the red card incident at Brighton and their manager's reaction, I just want only the worst for them. So yeah, hopefully they lose.
I don't really like their manager either. Like, not exactly because I don't know him, but what I've seen of him, I just don't really like him. He seems a bit of a... I'll use a fruity word that you'll have to bleep out in editing, but he seems like a bit of a prick.
Yeah, no, I don't think I think you've summed him up. I guess at he's 31, to achieve what he's achieved in a very short time. You probably need to be a bit of a dickhead.
You do. You're probably right. You
So,
need a bit of that. You need a bit of armour.
yeah,
So next one, and I've gone for a hilarious prediction here, is Everton versus Crystal Palace, and I've gone for Everton going 2-0 up and losing 3-2.
yeah. But they've got history, mate. But this is in my notes. This is the battle of the no wins. So Palace are winless in 9 at Goodison Park, but Everton are just super poor at the moment. And again, in my notes, I even wrote the same as you. You feel if they go 2-0 up, they'll get nervous and fall apart. But I've gone for a 1-0 Palace win, and I've gone Eze to get that winner.
Yeah, Eze's good, mate. And Everton are just like laughable.
I don't know what's up with them. Like how they could be this poor. It's not like they've come into the Premier League in the last couple of seasons and it's taken time to get rid of the Championship players and bring in better players. They've been just so rubbish. You can't imagine it.
No, Paul. In fact, actually, funnily enough, in that we watched the Villa game together, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And surprisingly, they were really good, weren't they? Like when they went 2-0 up, we were like, "Oh my god!" And then Calvert-Lewin just missed every chance. I mean, he's obviously too worried about Gucci handbags and things like that, rather than actually like saving.
Well, it's probably more those hamstrings. He's just worried about pulling those.
They don't have a good strike force, Everton. That's where they're let down. Like a good attack. I don't think
apart from Calvert-Lewin, who is their strike force?
They've got that Dwight McNeil.
Dwight McNeil, mate. Yeah, I saw a nice little stat about Dwight McNeil. He's created the most chances and the most big chances this season, and just shows like how poor Everton are if you've got a player that's created the most chances and the most big chances.
Have a look. I reckon if you have a look at all of their other forwards, though, they've created none.
Probably it's all go through him. Yeah,
run down and cross it in. That's basically their theory. Anyway, we digress because
Everton will not win that game though, so I think we're both in agreement.
They haven't won a trophy since 1995, boss. Do you know that?
I didn't know that, mate.
Wait, stop. Nottingham Forest versus Fulham. I've gone for 1-1.
Well, I'll edit this bit out, but what did you say, boss?
What did I just say?
Yeah, when you went, stop. Like, let's move on.
Stop. That's all I was saying. Just stop. I'll stop taking the piss out of it.
Okay.
I'm just going to start singing a song, and I'm going to start doing this, and I'm going to start doing that, and then I'm going to go on about how Sean Dyche is not a very good manager, but he's still better than Everton. Anyway, we leave it.
We go.
They're self-reported. They're like they're taking the piss out of themselves. That's the best thing. So Nottingham Forest, Fulham. I've gone 1-1.
Oh yeah, Nottingham Forest, Fulham. I've gone 1-0 to Fulham. Fulham have a great record against them. Won 8 of the last 11 meetings. I can't see Nottingham Forest staying unbeaten for another match. Although they may do. I mean, I'm terrible at predicting, so they could well easily be. And I think Fulham have just got this great attacking force getting built with Iwobi and Smith Rowe and Reece Nelson. I just think they'll be too strong for Forest.
I totally agree. I quite like Fulham, and funny enough, I kind of quite like Marco Silva now, even though he was an old Everton boss. He's actually quite a good manager.
Oh yeah. I think he was massively on the radar for a long time. About 4 years ago, when he was going, was it at Hull? Was he Hull's manager, and he went to Everton?
Yeah, I think you're right. It's Hull or Wolves, and I don't know why I think that, but I don't think it was Wolves.
It's probably the kit colour.
Yeah.
I think at that point he was like massive rated, but since he's gone to Fulham, he's gone a bit underrated, and I think he's a very good manager. I think he's
top 6 in the Premier League.
I think he could definitely replace some other teams.
He could easily be Man United, Tottenham, Aston Villa's manager, even though I like Unai Emery and I don't mind Ange that much. But he could definitely replace the rest, like 100%. He's probably better than Enzo Maresca. Chelsea probably should. Anyway, they should probably go.
Yeah. But I will remind you, do not swear, because like talking positively about Ange is not allowed on this pod.
All right then. Well, I did say that he is like Brendan Rodgers with a didgeridoo. So
that is true.
And he is. He just like smokes fags and is Australian, and therefore he's good. Anyway,
done.
Done. Yeah, that's it. It's wrapped up in a little box. So next one is the big one. It's Wolves versus Liverpool. And I've gone 4-1 Liverpool. What about yourself?
Yeah, I've gone 4-1 as well, mate. Liverpool are just very good at rolling over the like the lower clubs in the Premier League, and Diaz is on fire, Salah's on fire, even Nunes is popping up with a goal now. I just, yeah, it'd just be far too strong for Wolves. 4-1,
I hope so.
1-4 even.
I think so. All of our forwards are basically scoring loads of goals at the
Yeah,
moment. So we're
even
looking good.
Gakpo's smashing men now.
Gakpo's got 4 or 5 this season already.
He scored. He scored twice last game in
Yeah,
the cup. Was it in
against
the cup?
Oh, he scored against Milan, I think, as well, and scored against he scored against Bournemouth and scored against. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, he
Yeah,
scored,
he banged in 2 against West Ham
and
in the League Cup.
so did Jota. And
Yeah,
and then with the League Cup draw was interesting as well.
yeah.
So go on, Ipswich, Aston Villa. I've gone 2-1 Villa.
I've gone 2-0. I didn't really investigate this match that much, but just Villa just look like they've just got too much for Ipswich, and think 2-0.
Is that a kind of derby, even though they're not quite that close together? Because it's like
They're close-ish. They're probably as close as Man U and Liverpool.
they're just maybe not as good as Liverpool.
East Anglia, and are they East
They're
Midlands Villa, or are they West Midlands?
Midlands. I think they're well, my geography is poor, but
I think they're East Midlands, and yeah, they're East Anglia, so they're probably quite close together. But
East Anglian derby. We're calling
and or the we used to be good in the '80s derby, so
it.
that could be.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's it.
I think that's the new derby. We used to be good in the '80s. Aston Villa v Ipswich. So.
Aston Villa, I'm just going to note it here. Aston Villa are getting a little bit above their station with like Gabby Agbonlahor on there going like, oh, they're playing in that mug tournament. What is it, like the Europa League? I mean, easy, Gabby. Do you know what I mean? He's not even in the Premier League 100 goal scorers list. Like, and
Oh, that's Talk Sport, mate. That's Talk Sport for you. That is what they're put on this place to be, is to be basically clickbait merchants. So
just Jamie O'Hara and like Simon Jordan
and Jason Cundy and
all them boys, all the boys, get them in. Rubbish. So next one. Oh, here we go. So the real big one: Man United versus Tottenham. Ten Hag versus Ange. I have gone 4-0 Tottenham.
right. I have not gone for a Tottenham win, surprisingly. I did like look at the rule book as that's the star of the show in the Premier League at the moment. See whether both teams could theoretically lose. That you can't. For me, 2 of the worst managers in the league. You just don't know what's going to happen. I've got a sneaky feeling that Spurs' high line is perfect for United's tactics. Not that United really have any tactics, but they kind of are that counter-attacking team with pace. Yeah. I know you thought similar on the other side. You thought Tottenham's pace would be able to just destroy the United's backline with your favourite De Ligt at the rear guard.
Yeah.
But I've gone a 2-1 win to United. And also, I'm kind of hoping United win because I don't want Ten Hag to be sacked. So we need a United win to keep Ten Hag at the wheel.
Do we definitely need Ten Hag to win because the current favourite is Gareth Southgate to replace him?
I mean, that is an amazing win-win situation if that was the guaranteed outcome.
No.
But I don't know whether it will. And always the fear for me is that Man United will actually get a decent manager and get backed. And be able to then go.
Even though we're again digressing, but who do you think could be the manager that maybe does change it around, or like the name you're fearing of like, oh crap, what happens if they get him?
I don't really know the managerial go around. You obviously got like I think someone like an Ancelotti or even like a Zidane, someone that's done it at a really big club.
Zidane. He's never doing it.
Oh, no, but neither's Ancelotti's not going to go to United. But I'm just saying.
Who? Maguire?
Who's that?
Who's their best midfielder? Mason Mount. Well, what
Oh, it's all right. They got Bruno. They got Bruno, mate. So anyone would love to manage Bruno. But no, I think, I don't really have any manager that's been very successful at like a really big club. And I'm talking like a traditional big club, not like Mourinho's successful at Chelsea,
No,
or like
a
any.
Barca manager, a Real Madrid manager, a Bayern manager, a big.
Yeah. Someone that's gone through and won with them. I would fear, but I don't think Man United can attract that manager anymore. So
I think the manager would, if they went knocking on the door, like first and foremost, I'd take the mickey and say that they wouldn't know half the players, and they wouldn't, just so everyone's, this is the truth, it's not a lie. Zidane wouldn't know who Mason Mount is. He'd be like, I have no idea. I'm used to Modric and Kroos. Like, hold on.
yeah,
And also, then they're not good enough. Zidane, to me, strikes me as a manager who's just like, I was really good. You know how to play. There's the sort of team, go and score. Like, whereas at Man United, if you do that, you will lose 8-0.
maybe someone like the Fulham manager.
That's what I thought. The danger is going for a Graham Potter and it working, a Marco Silva and it working, or like a sneaky, like what Company has been able to do at Bayern Munich. If they go for a sort of low but young, attractive type manager like that, in football terms, I mean, not that I fancy Company,
Yeah.
but
I mean, he's a good-looking chap, mate. He's a good-looking chap.
I'll give him that. But that sort of thing. Anyway, we digress massively because I like to take the mickey out of Man United. And just so you know, Mazraoui and Dallo are going to get absolutely done by Son and Brennan Johnson.
One thing to end just on the tactical genius of Ange, just coming back from obviously Arsenal getting like pelters for being defensive against City at the second, and having to sit through a Sky Sports piece where someone from TalkSport had asked Ange whether he would ever do something like that. Like he's the oracle of winning and excellence, but that's all it is. Spurs under Ange have only won 14 points off their last 15 away games. Right, that is so averaging under a point per game in their last 15 away games. That is unacceptable for a team that even wants to get Champions League. So 2-1 United win.
Yeah, easy. Everton do better than that away from home, so maybe I'm wrong.
You're always wrong if you back Tottenham, mate. That's my
wrong if you back Man United.
Yeah, so we're both wrong. So we'll see who's more wrong.
This time, 2 wrongs are going to make a right.
Yeah, 100%.
They're going to draw.
You've heard it here first, guys. We got a draw at the Man United Spurs.
Yeah. So last game at the game that Hugh entertainingly said they needed to show Bournemouth and Southampton on TV at some point. When are they playing? Oh, we'll put them on a Monday. So
Monday night.
Bournemouth Saints, I've gone Bournemouth 3-1, even though I want Saints to win because I'm from there. But
yeah, I've gone 1-0 to Bournemouth. Although when I was doing a bit of research on this, but I have to say it wasn't as much as the other teams. I did see that Saints have a really good record against Bournemouth, but not in the Prem, obviously, and they're doing so poorly. So yeah, 1-0 to Bournemouth for me.
Wow, that wraps up basically all of our predictions, and we'll come back next week with our other predictions for the following week's games, although we're fast approaching again another international break, but we'll do that and catch up with how we got on with these results. I'm most interested to see what happens in the United-Tottenham game and how much Arsenal beat Leicester by, and if bloody Vardy scores, it's going to annoy me.
Well, he's in my fantasy football team, so if he does, at least it will soften the blow.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I suppose ring the bell, although I don't think I've ever done that on any of the YouTube videos that I've ever subscribed to. But at least subscribe and give us a little... And that's a goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from me. Cheers, guys.
See you later. Bye-bye.